Hello, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. One of the main reasons why I still continue to be engaged with this club after a little over a year is the value that we all find on our learnings. Everybody has a story to share and a lesson to share with us. And that definitely keeps me coming back. In every single speech, there is always a great takeaway that we all keep it. This time I'm going to share with you, as you all know, and I probably share with few of you, I was absent probably 3, close to 4 months. I had to take a emergency leave of absence due to my father's health challenges. My dad was diagnosed with Alzheimer's 3 years ago during summer vacation here in US. We all know I'm Peruvian. My parents usually come once a year every summer to spend time with me. And that was the last time that I had my dad here. And we had a lot of learning from that time to now on how to handle a loved one suffering of Alzheimer's. My dad was always a very active and joyful person. We're full of stories to share, and definitely watching him challenging with memory loss gradually, it was a heartbreaking and devastating. What am I talking about this? Back on April, I received a phone call from my sister that had a small accident at home. He had fallen. She said it's not serious because he's feeling well and he's not complaining about any pain. He was still active and walking every day. I insisted maybe we have to go and check it in, what happened, just to be on the safe side. Sure enough, the next day it was a swollen leg. He was taken to the urgent care. And a few hours later, I received another phone call that was about to get a surgery because of multiple hip fracture. I knew that my youngest sister, the one who living with mom and dad, needed some kind of support and help. So I decided to go on a 30 days leave of absence from work, and I flew immediately the next day. During the time that we're getting situated where the facilities and pre-surgery examinations and all this stuff, that was already on a bed resting 100%, 3 to 4 days. We knew that he had the challenge of the thick blood. On medical terms, we know that it could trigger to a stroke, and it's exactly what happened. Surgery was canceled, and that was facing new challenges, starting with Alzheimer's, that it was already diagnosed, the multiple hip fracture, a stroke, and at the second week he developed a pneumonia. Very challenging weeks where my siblings and I decided that we had 2 options, right? Taking him to the hospital and probably not see him anymore, or taking care of him at home. So we decided the second option. We decided to face the challenge, rented the entire hospital equipment and keeping him home with us, providing the best that we could and showing him love every single day. Taking care of my father during these challenging weeks was not only a responsibility, but was an honor to me. It deepened into the understanding of caring, patience, compassion, and holding on to love more than ever. I was always very close to my dad, and I knew when I decided to move to US, it was going to be hard and challenging to be far away. But I was very fortunate that we were always close, and I had always the commitment to go every 6 months, and my parents would come see me every 6 months. So we never lost connection. Coming from Hispanic culture, we're very, very family-oriented. And it never changed during all these years living in US by myself. Going back to the story, why am I talking about this? Because caring for my father gave me another big lesson in life. and I want to share the importance and on planning the right long-term care. This is not only sensitive but essential. Planning long-term care for our loved ones is crucial. It could be a financially burden if it's not planned properly. To make the story short, in our case, we knew that we never imagined the expenses were going to be that high. Fortunately, we were able to just sell some assets that my dad had and offer him the best. But the big lesson here is we were naive to how to plan and how to protect ourselves. What is the long-term care? Long-term care is a wide range of medical and support services for people who need assistance on taking care of themselves. Why is it necessary? The answer is very simple. It's the simple love and responsibility for those we care. There are three types of long-term care. The traditional, that covers services like assisted living and home care and nursing home. The hybrid, that combines the long-term care insurance related to annuities or life insurance. And the rider, something that I learned and it was a big change. Rider is an optional feature that allows policyholders to use a portion of life insurance to pay for long-term care. Just to give you an idea, and I'm going to share with you some stats. I may not have copies for everyone, but I provide some stats in here. In US, the average expense of home care projected for 2025 is around $137,000 a year. Projecting for 2035 is $224,000 a year. The adult daycare, around $200 a day and $325 a day going to 2035. So what I need to share with you now is that I invite you all to take a look at what kind of protection you have for yourself and your loved ones. How can we protect our assets, our hard working money or assets, and plan a better future for the ones we love and we care? Going back to my dad's story, he's well taken care, full of attention, 24 hours 7 caregiving, and all the equipment that we can provide. I even installed some cameras on the key areas where I can see him every single day, and I call him every single morning. There are good days when he will still remember my name, and there will be days that are not that great, and he may not remember my name. But every time that he hears, "I love you, Daddy," he will always answer, "I love you too." And that just makes my day. So something that resonates to this is planning long-term care. Failing to plan is a plan to fail. I encourage you all, take a look at your coverage. Have this conversation with your financial advisor. And take action now. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Tasmanian.